Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is Thursday morning, day and a half to the weekend. Thank God. Hey, hope your week's been going great. We're going to go over things that happened in college basketball this week, last few days. I got some news items to get to. So before we get started, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Let's get to it. Oregon tight end Kenya Sadia, he's off to the NFL, as is Oregon Ducks safety Dylan Theinman. They are both taken off to the NFL. Ohio State tight end Max Clare, he's also declares for the NFL draft, as does linebacker Sonny Styles. He will be joining him. Colorado offensive tackle Jordan Seaton entered the transfer portal. LSU, they signed Arizona State quarterback, former Arizona State quarterback Sam Levitt. We also mentioned they signed that badass quarterback from Elion too. So looks like their quarterback room is gonna be looking pretty good next year or so. FBS coaches, they voted unanimously to allow players to participate in up to 9 games while preserving a full year's eligibility. Current rule allows players to play in 4 games and still retain their red shirt. So they're going to go from 4 games to keep your red shirt to 9 games. Of course, they all voted for it, of course. So, no brainer there if they did that. Kentucky point guard Jalen Lowe, man, shoulder injury. He's going to have season-ending surgery. It's not, we're maybe halfway through the basketball season, and that sucks because they need all the help they can get because they are just not the Kentucky that we have seen in the past. Kansas City basketball coach, they will move on from head coach Marvin Menzies after the end of the season. They were like 4-14 this year, somewhere in there. So I guess they're gonna let them finish out the season, and then they're gonna start looking for a new coach. Sad news here, unfortunately. Temple assistant basketball coach Bill Courtney passed away at 55. Temple says a sudden passing. There are no further details on. Unfortunately, I'm guessing a heart issue or something. I mean, he just suddenly passed away. He was also Cornell's head basketball coach for a while too. Man, 55 years old. That is just crazy. Anyway, prayers to you, Coach Courtney, and your family and friends and former teammates, players. 55, man, that is just too damn young. Oregon quarterback Dante Moore, he's going to stay at Oregon. I don't remember if he declared for the NFL draft or he was talking about it, but he decided he's going to stay at Oregon. Okay, so going back to Monday, 9-8 American beat 12-5 Navy, 65-51. American 12 points off of Navy turnovers. Stephen F. Austin moved to 13-3. They beat Incarnate Word by 10. McNeese, they moved to 14-3. They beat Nichols 94-68. Johnson for McNeese, 24 points, 10 rebounds. Moving on to Tuesday, St. Mary's moved to 17-2, beat 12-8 San Francisco, 82-68. St. Mary's grabbed 12 more rebounds in that game. USC moved to 14-3. They beat Maryland, 88-71. Marsh came off the bench for the Trojans and had 20 points. 12-5 Kansas beat number 2 Iowa State, 84-63. Kansas is white, 19 points, 10 rebounds. They shot 51% from the field. They hit 12 three-pointers, 83% from the free throw line. On Iowa State side, Jefferson leading scorer, 12 points, 8 rebounds. They shot 37% from the field, hit 9 three-pointers. They only 55% from the free throw line. Number 8, Nebraska remained undefeated. They beat Oregon 90-55. Sanford from Nebraska, 28 points. He hit 7 three-pointers in that game. Number 19, Florida, moved to 12-5. They beat 11-6 Oklahoma. Gators starting to turn it on in January. I mean, they've kind of had a season since then, but they're starting to turn it on here. We'll see what they can do here in the final stretch of the season. 8-9 Fresno State beat 11-6 Colorado State by 10. Fresno State 2-1 in the last three games after they had a 6-game losing streak. So they're slowly kind of turning things around there. New Mexico's 14-3 beat Grand Canyon 87-64. Grand Canyon coach Bryce Drew, he drew 2 tees and then they threw his ass out. So Uh, the refs weren't happy with them, so get the hell out of here. 11-5 Baylor beat 13-4 Oklahoma State, 94-79. Baylor led at 57-39 at halftime. Number 7 Houston beat 11-6 West Virginia, 77-48. U of H defense had 9 steals and 3 blocks in that one. Number 3 UConn beat number 25 Seton Hall, 69-64. Huskies Reed, 21 points, 9 rebounds. They shot 51% from the field. Seton Hall, Williams led the way, only 16 points. They only shot 41% from the field. Both these teams combined to only hit 4 3-pointers in the whole game. I think UConn had 3 and Seton Hall had 1, something like that, but only 4 of them made it in. Each of them had 14 turnovers. So there you go. Bradley 13-6. They beat Evansville in 4 or by 4 in overtime. Johnson for Bradley, 35 points. Freaking nice. 7 assists and 6 steals. So he kept adding on to it. Belmont 16-3. They beat Valparaiso by 4. Number 12 Michigan State beat 12-5 Indiana, 81-60. Michigan State's Fears, 23 points, 10 assists. Number 16. Where are we at? Number 16 Virginia beat number 20 Louisville by 9, 79-70. Virginia's Thomas, 19 points, 5 rebounds. He hit 6 3-pointers. They shot 40% from the field. As a team, they hit 14 3-pointers in this game. 23 for 29 from the free throw line. McNeely for Louisville, 23 points, 5 rebounds. He hit 5 3-pointers. They only shot 36% from the field. They only hit 10 3-pointers. They were 12 for 18 from free throw line. Number 24, Tennessee beat 13-4 Texas A&M, 87-82. Took 2 overtimes. Volunteers grabbed 25 more rebounds than the Aggies in that one. Akron moved to 13-4. They beat Ball State by 10. Akron hit 13 3-pointers in that game. Dayton moved to 13-4, beat Duquesne 71-65. George Mason moved to 17-1, beat Loyola Chicago 82-74. Alan Spock for George Mason, 23 points in that game. Miami of Ohio is still undefeated. They beat Central Michigan 100-61. Miami of Ohio was 60% from the field, 25 for 28 from the free throw line. Wisconsin moved to 12-5, beat Minnesota by 3. What happened to Minnesota? They had a pretty good basketball team for years, and I don't know. Won it at the buzzer though. Took that last shot at the buzzer to win this game. Blackwell hit a 3, and Wisconsin won. 8-10 Illinois Chicago beat 12-6 Northern Iowa 69-61. Actually a pretty close game, and it was a 3-point game at halftime. Miami moved to 15-2. They beat Notre Dame 81-69. Notre Dame is 1-3 in the last 4 games. Kent State beat Buffalo 87-81. Both of them are 13-4. Villanova moved to 14-3, beat Providence 88-82. St. John's moved to 12-5, beat Marquette 92-68. St. John's, they are 3-1 in the month of January this year. Moving on to last night, went in overtime, but hey, 9-7 Ole Miss beat number 21 Georgia 97-95. Ole Miss a star, 27 points, 8 rebounds, came off the bench to do that. They shot 51% from the field. They hit 11 3-pointers. They had 8 steals and 5 blocks. Wilkinson led the way for the Bulldogs, 32 points, and he hit 6 3-pointers, so he had a great game. But the rest of the team, 38% from the field. They hit a total of 15 3-pointers. 8-10 South Carolina Upstate beat 11-8 in Charleston Southern, 86-81 in overtime. Charleston Southern 11-8. You can't lose these kind of games if you want to make it into that tournament. Same thing with Colorado. 9-8 Cincinnati beat 12-5 Colorado, 77-68. Miller for Cincinnati, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. 11-6 Davidson beat 12-6 George Washington, 84-79. Davidson hit 14 3-pointers in that game. 9-9 Indiana State beat 12-6 Illinois State, 94-89. Illinois State lost the last 3. They are 1-3 in this month here in January. 11-6 Kentucky beat 12-5 LSU, 75-74. Kentucky's Marino hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer. LSU started off great. They are 0-4 this month. I mean, that's just incredible. 10-9 Coastal Carolina beat 11-7 Marshall by 2. Missouri, they moved to 13-4. They beat Auburn by 10. I didn't know this, but Missouri is undefeated at home this year. They haven't lost a home game all year long. Tulsa moved to 14-3. They beat Charlotte 86-74. Green for Tulsa, 21 points in that game. Richmond moved to 13-5. Beat LaSalle 74-53. Richmond is 3-1 in January this season. 2-14 Ryder beat 12-7 Iona 72-68. Ryder's Burton, he had 21 points. Furman moved to 13-5. They beat Samford by 4. Furman's Wilkins 28 points, 5 assists. 6-13 Sacred Heart beat 11-7 Siena by 6. Sacred Heart's Hill had 22 points in that game. South Florida moved to 11-6, beat Eastern Carolina 82-71. 11-7 St. Joseph's beat 11-6 St. Bonaventure by 4. St. Joseph's, they are 3-1 in the month of January. Troy moved to 12-6, beat 11-8 Southern Miss 91-65. Choice Campbell, 30 points in this game. He hit 6 3-pointers. 9-6 St. Peter's beat 12-6 Quinnipiac by 4. Kennesaw State moved to 11-6. They beat Florida International by 3. Simpson for Kennesaw State had 28 points. Number 5 Purdue beat 12-5 Iowa by 7. Iowa's 1-3 this month. Man, they need to turn things around. 12-8 Winthrop beat 16-4 High Point 92-75. Winthrop's Duncombe 28 points. 12-6 VCU beat Rhode Island 84-75. VCU hit 12 3-pointers in that game. 6-10 Western Carolina beat 12-6 Eastern Tennessee State 72-68. That was a 1-point game at halftime. 8-10 Chattanooga beat 11-7 Wofford 76-67. Tied at 30 at halftime. Chattanooga turned it on. St. Louis moved to 15-1, beat Fordham 78-56. North Dakota State, they are 15-5, beat South Dakota State by 11. 12-6 UAB beat 12-5 Tulane 82-69. UAB 46% from the field. Tulane only shot 40%. West Virginia moved to 11-6. Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky moved to 11-6. They beat 10-7 Missouri State 87-72. Western Kentucky's Palick, 24 points, 5 assists. Number 6 Duke beat 13-5 Cal 71-56. Boozer, 21 points, 13 rebounds. Nice. Number 11 BYU beat 11-6 TCU by 6. TCU led this game by 6 at halftime. Ended up losing by 6. Number 1 Arizona beat their rival Arizona State by 7. Eweka, is that how you say his name? Eweka for Arizona, 25 points. Number 23 Utah State beat 12-5 Nevada 71-62. False left for Utah State, 26 points, 5 rebounds. 11-6 Texas beat number 10 Vanderbilt. Gave Vanderbilt their first loss of the year. Beat them 80-64. Texas is, how you say this guy's name? Vakatitis? 22 points in that game. Vandy's Miles, he had 21 points. He had 7 assists also. First loss of the season. Texas being 2-0 versus ranked teams in this last week. Beat Alabama last Saturday night. Beat Vandy last night. We talked about Duke. Went out to Cal. Went out there. Well, UNC went out to Stanford. Guess what happened? 14-4 Stanford beat number 14 North Carolina by 5. Stanford hit 16 3-pointers in that game. They were 57% from the field. SMU moved to 13-4. They beat 13-5 Virginia Tech by 1. Miller for SMU hit a half-court shot to win that game. He just chunked that shit up and won that game. Lots of games today. Only one ranked team, number 9 Gonzaga versus 8-10 Washington State. It's on 9 p.m. on CBS Sports Network. A lot of great games this weekend. I got games tomorrow night, Saturday, of course, and then Sunday. We'll be back probably Monday morning to recap everything that happens tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Hopefully you got a 3-day weekend. I was lucky enough to get the 3-day weekend. Got MLK Day off. Hopefully you do too. Like I said, it's Thursday morning. We're almost to the afternoon. Day and a half left till the weekend. Stay busy. Keep your head down. The weekend will be here before you know it. And this weekend, be safe. Have fun. We'll see you back Monday morning.